So we'll start today by finding a comfortable seat on the mat, whatever that seat looks like. I'm sitting in Sukhasana, but if that's not the most comfortable position for you, you can absolutely sit in another position. Just make sure that spine is nice and tall. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Allow the crown of the head to reach towards the ceiling. The chin is parallel to the ground or just slightly tilted forward so that the back of the neck is nice and long. Bring those shoulder blades together and then down your back. Imagine sliding them into your back pockets. Place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. And just start to become aware of the breath, allowing that breath to flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring your breath into balance by making the inhale the same length as the exhale. With each inhale, allow the spine to grow tall. And then as you exhale, keep the length in the spine, but just begin to allow the body to soften, release any tension that you're holding on to. We're in such a busy time of year during a very unique year, and many of us can feel as if we are running on empty. So just take this time this morning and allow yourself to fill up your cup, to give yourself a little self-care with this wonderful practice of yoga. Bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the 3rd exhale, we'll share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Om. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open the eyes, looking forward. So as I mentioned, today we'll be working on ankle strength. And yoga is such a great time to work on that because the best way to work on ankle strength is to be barefoot. And typically we're barefoot in yoga. I have had students who've had really serious balance issues after a stroke or something like that, and they do wear shoes, and that's fine if your balance is really struggling for safety purposes. But typically in yoga, we're barefoot. And that helps to increase our proprioception, knowing kind of where our body is in space. And it allows your body to receive so many signals when we're barefoot. There's a lot of feedback from the ground. So today we're going to stay seated to start. Bring your arms by your sides. And as you inhale, arms sweep up. And as you exhale, arms come back down. You're moving with your breath at your own pace. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, arms down. So when I was sleeping last night, I started to have this pain in my thoracic spine. It's a spot I've never had an issue before, and I was a little worried. So anyway, this morning, my husband checked it out, and I got bit by something. And it's right to the right of my spine. So it's really not my spine, but I was just like, what was it? When was it? Creepy. The next time those arms come up overhead, allow the palms to come together to touch. And then as you exhale, Bring your hands together at your heart. So we're going to take a different seated position. If you have blocks, you might want to use them. You don't need them, but for some people, it's more accessible if you have a block, which I don't today, but that's okay. So what you're going to do is you're just going to come up to your knees, curl your toes under, and then sit back on the heels. That is not accessible for everyone. So if you'd like, you can uncurl the toes, but if you're able, curl those toes under. I see my block. Let me grab that. Oh, never mind. No, I don't. If you have a block, one of the things you can do is place the block between the legs, so then you're actually coming down to sit on the block. So I'm sorry I don't have that for you. Take your hands behind you, clasping the hands together, shoulder blades together and down your back, and then lift the fist towards the sky. Breathe here. Relax your arms. Give yourself a hug. And then give yourself a hug going the other way. Bring your hands down to the ground, and we're going to come to sit in Dandasana, staff pose. So when we sit in Dandasana, our legs come straight out and we're flexing the feet. So we're pulling the toes in towards the body. Make sure the heels stay on the ground. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to point the toes to the space in front of you. Inhale, flex your feet. Exhale, point your toes. You're moving with your breath at your own pace. If you have ankle issues, one thing that can really help is if you get custom orthotics. That's something I'm actually going to be doing soon, but that can help you because it could support your arches. Good. So let those ankles become still. What I want you to do is turn the feet in towards each other. So you're turning the feet in towards each other. You may not get them to touch completely, that's fine. And then we're going to turn the feet away from each other. So we turn those feet in, turn those feet out. And then bring those feet back to neutral. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. And we're going to massage the foot, which I don't like doing. I mean, it's silly, it's my own foot, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I know it's good for me. So just starting with your toes, just massage those toes. Twist and turn each one. And then we'll start to work our way down the foot. So massaging the ball of the foot, moving to the arch, feels really good. Moving down to the heel. And then working your way back up. Pull your foot towards you and then press that foot away. Extend the right leg long to meet the left and then cross that left ankle over the right thigh. Starting with the toes, massage each one. Twisting and turning. And then start to massage the ball of the foot. Working your way down the arch. And the heel. And then working your way back up. Place your hand on the top of your foot, pull that foot towards you. And then press the foot away. Bring the legs back out to Dandasana. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward, only as far as is okay for you. And when you reach that maximum, just bring your hands down to the legs. As you inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. As you exhale, hinge forward. Walk your hands back towards the body and let's come to all fours, hands and knees. So we're on all fours. I want you to curl the toes under and then shift back. So it's a modified child's pose. Inhale back up and place the tops of the feet flat on the floor. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up all fours. So if it's not easy for you to kind of curl those toes under and stretch the bottoms of the feet, that's normal. Something you can do, and this is good for everybody, if you have a tennis ball or they make special little balls with little nubs on them, and just roll it under your feet, giving yourself a massage. The next time you come up to all fours, pause there. Curl your toes under. Start to shift the hips towards your heels. The knees lift just a bit as you press back, coming to downward facing dog. I'm just going to adjust myself here. Got a little too much going on. So in downward facing dog, relax your heels. Relax the heels towards the mat. The hips point to the back of the room, where the wall meets the ceiling. Relax the heels towards the mat, even if they don't touch. And then start to bend the knees, going back to go back down into child's pose. As you inhale, come up to all fours. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift as you press back. I hope you can't hear my dogs. They're all the way up in my room, but they're rebelling against me and barking constantly. Start to walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. It's perfectly fine to have a bend in the knee here. Relax the head and neck. You can turn that head gently from side to side. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through the feet to come up to standing. As you inhale, arms sweep up. And as you exhale, arms lower, moving with your breath at your own pace. So if you're someone who has super stable ankles, something that you can do to still work on strengthening is to change what you're standing on and make it a less stable surface. So you see this blue pad that I use, that's what that's really made for. I use it for a cushion for my knees as well. But if you stand on that, it's a squishy surface. It's going to take things to the next level. So the next time those arms lift, I want you to come up onto the balls of the feet. And then as you exhale, Everything lowers, moving nice and slow. Inhale, arms sweep up as you come up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, lower. And if you're like me, if your ankles are wobbling all over the place, that's okay because this is how we strengthen them. The next time you come up, allow those palms to come together to touch overhead. And then as you lower those heels, bring your hands together at your heart. You can shake out the legs a little bit here. So next, we're going to move into Vrikshasana, tree pose. This is a great ankle strengthening posture. Now, I mentioned how if you want to create more of a challenge, you can stand on a squishy surface. If you're very unstable, you can stand on a firmer surface. So sometimes students will want to come off of the mat for balance postures. Bring your hands together at your heart. Soft knees here. Shift the weight over to that right foot and allow all of that weight to just sink in to the floor. Your left foot becomes light. You can press it against your ankle, your calf, or the upper inner thigh. Just skip the knee. So you can pick your spot where you'd like to place your foot. Here, find your drishti, your gazing point, something not moving. Allow your gaze to soften. Lift up, crown of the head reaches tall. Focus on your breath. If you feel stable, as you inhale, the arms reach up, and then those tree branches can grow. Breathe here. Bring your hands back together. Down in front of your heart, lower your left foot. You can shake those legs out. Hands together. Shift the weight now over to that left foot. Let all of the weight sink into that foot. Keep the knee soft. The right foot becomes light. You can press that foot against the ankle like a little kickstand, the calf, or the upper inner thigh. Just remember to skip the knee. So we press the foot into the leg, press the leg into the foot. Find that drishti, gazing point. Watch your breath. If you feel stable, arms reach up, tree branches grow. Bring those hands back together. Down in front of your heart, you can lower your right foot and shake those legs out. So come to stand at the top of the mat. As you inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, you're going to bend the knees as if you're sitting just on the edge of a chair. And then as you exhale, or take another breath in, as you exhale, you're going to slide the hips back. So I have a pretty shallow chair pose. You can go deeper if you can. And then notice my low back here. I just want to tuck that tailbone slightly to get a stretch in the low back. Press down through the feet. Inhale up. As you exhale, hinge from the hips, folding forward. Hands come to your hips. Press down through the feet to come up. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend those knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide those hips back. Breathe here for Utkatasana, chair pose. You can also place the hands on the hips for a more gentle version. Press down through the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Place the hands on the hips. Press down to come up. So we're going to do that again, but we're going to change it up a little bit. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees. Take a breath in and slide those hips back. So here, if you can, you're going to come up onto the balls of the feet and then extend those arms out in front of you, palms face the floor. Breathe here. Press down through the balls of the feet to come up. Lower your heels, lower your arms. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from those hips. As you inhale, bring yourself up halfway. As you exhale, fold. Hands come to the hips. Press down through the feet to come up. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, sitting on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide those hips back. If it's okay for you, come up onto the balls of the feet, and then bring those arms parallel to the ground, still hugging the shoulder blades together and down the back, and breathe. Good. Press down through the balls of the feet. Lower the heels. Lower the arms. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to hold this forward bend. Relax the head and neck here. Hands come to the hips. Press down through the feet to come up. So let's take a nice wide stance on the mat. The outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outer edges of the mat. As you inhale, arms sweep up. And then as you exhale, hinge from those hips, folding forward. Relax the head and neck here. While we're here, begin to bend your right knee, shifting the body over to the right, stretching the inner thigh of that left leg. Slowly come back to center. Begin to bend your left knee. Shift the weight over, stretching the inner thigh of that right leg. Inhale back up. Hands come to the hips, press down through the feet, and come up to standing. So we'll come up on the heel of the right foot and turn the toes in slightly. Come up on the heel of that left foot, toes turn out 90 degrees. Bring those arms parallel to the ground, shoulder blades squeeze together and down your back. Gaze out over your left fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the left knee bend. So we're coming to warrior two. Notice I'm walking my left foot out a little bit because my legs weren't far apart enough. Make sure the knee doesn't go out past the ankle. Bend your left elbow. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to tip to your left. The right arm can slide so that the bicep is right over the ear, or you can place your hand on your hip. Breathe here. Press down through the feet. Use that right hand to bring yourself back up to warrior two. As you inhale, straighten your left leg. Begin to reach those left fingertips to the space to your left, and then as you exhale, tip to your left for Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle pose. Nice open chest here, stacked shoulders, balanced breath. Press down through the feet. Use that right hand to bring yourself back up. As you exhale, lower the arms, bring the feet to parallel. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinge. Relax the head and neck here. Place your hands on your hips. Press down through the feet to come up. This time we'll come up on the heel of the left foot, toes turn in slightly. Come up on the heel of that right foot, toes turn out 90 degrees. Bring the arms parallel to the ground. Gaze out over the right fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the right knee bend. And breathe. Bend the right elbow. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, begin to tip to the right, forearm to the thigh. Let that left arm slide so that the bicep is over the ear, or place the hand on the hip. Press down through the feet. Use that left hand to bring yourself back up to warrior two. As you inhale, straighten the right leg. Begin to reach the right fingertips to the space to the right, and as you exhale, tip to the right for Utthita Trikonasana. Here, we're going to lower the left hand onto the inside of the right foot, right hand to the outside of the right foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you, rotate that right ankle. Lower the right foot. Sweep that left leg out behind you. Rotate that ankle. Lower the left foot. Start to walk the feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax the head and neck here. Bring your hands to your hips. Press down through the feet to come up. My right foot's talking to me today. It's saying, I'm really out of shape. All right. So stand in Tadasana. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Palms come together to touch. Bring the hands together at the heart. So we're going to come up again onto the balls of the feet. We're moving our way down. If you have knee issues that may prohibit you from doing this pose, if so, just come to sit down. But if your knees are okay, you're keeping the heels up, starting to bend the knees. Keep the chest away from the thighs here. Keep on going all the way down until we come to a little squat, heels up. Next, bring those legs out like a V, heels come together, and then you can take your elbows to the inside of the knees, and you're pressing the elbows into the knee, pressing the knees into those elbows. Bring your hands to the ground, and then just come to sit. in Dandasana, staff pose. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, point those toes. Inhale, flex the feet. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. 2 more times. Good job. Bend your knees here. Place the left hand on the left knee, right hand on the right knee. So we're going to start way up on our sit bones and then rock back just a little bit. But notice my back didn't round. Lift your left foot, followed by the right. So you can stay just like this. Remember not to round the spine here. If it's okay for you, you can extend your arms out nice and long, and then you can straighten the legs if it's possible. For me, it's like a 50-50 shot. You can see my legs are shaking. Remember to breathe. Go ahead and bend those knees, feet to the floor, hug the knees in. So we're going to roll back onto our backs. Knees are hugged into the chest. Place the soles of the feet on the floor. And bring your arms by your sides, palms face the ground. As you inhale, you're going to press down through the feet, lifting those hips. And then as you exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, hips lower. 3 more, moving with your breath. No need to rush. So when you finish your 3, just come down, bringing the hips down to the mat. And then you're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Press down through the left foot. Lift those hips. As you exhale, lower. 3 more on this side. When you're finished and you lower the hips, keep that right ankle over the left thigh. Bring your arms out like a T, and we're going to do something a little different today by having the palms face the floor. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, tip the legs over to the left, and then you can turn that head to look to the right. And just breathe here. Slowly bring the legs back up, head and neck come back to neutral. Lower that right foot to the ground. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Bring your arms by your sides, the palms face the floor. This time, we'll press down through that right foot. Lift the hips. As you exhale, lower. 3 more. So really engage that right glute as you press down through the foot. When you finish, you're going to stay there. Arms come back out like a T, palms face the floor. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, tip those legs over to the right. And if it's okay for the neck, you can turn the head to the left. Slowly draw those legs back up. Head and neck come to neutral. Lower that left foot. Hug both knees into your chest. You can rotate the ankles here. Now, oftentimes when you rotate the ankles, you'll hear cracking and popping. I am not a doctor. In my yoga teacher training, we were taught that if you hear the popping and cracking, it's fine so long as there's no pain associated with it. Again, I'm not a doctor, so if you ever have questions about that, you can ask your doctor or physical therapist, but that's what I was taught. So if you hear those pops, typically it's okay, unless there's pain accompanying that. So let those ankles become still. Hands are on the knees. Bring those knees out like a V. And then you're going to take your hands between the legs and grasp the pinky toe sides of the feet. Guide the soles of the feet so that they're looking up towards the sky. And then you can start to rock side to side for what's called Happy Baby Ananda Balasana. So you can really pull those feet into and get a nice stretch in the back of the ankle here. Become still. Take the peace fingers of both hands and grasp those big toes. Make your legs like a V. And then let those legs come together and bring your arms by your sides. So here we're going to bring our feet out like a V. So our heels are touching, but the toes are not. Then we're going to bring our legs out like a V. Draw the heels together. Point the toes. Legs come out like a V. Flex your feet. Draw the heels together. Toes point. Legs come out like a V. Flex the feet. Heels come together. Continue moving on your own here. The next time those heels come together, you can pause there, bring the legs back to neutral, and hug the knees into the chest. Bring your arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Lower the right leg until it's about 2 inches away from the ground. Bring it back up. Lower that left leg until it's about 2 inches away from the ground. Bring it back up. Continue. The next time the leg comes up, pause there and place your hands behind your thighs and then draw the knees into the chest. So we did this yesterday, and I have to admit, this was the first time I've done this, and it's awesome. I think it feels so good. So the knees are hugged in, and then you're going to straighten the legs as much as possible. They do not have to be completely straight. So we bend and straighten. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. 3 more. And then you can hug those knees in once again. As you inhale, the knees pull away from the chest as the arms straighten. As you exhale, knees draw in. Inhale, knees pull away. Exhale, knees draw in. Hug those knees in once more, and then place the soles of the feet on the mat. Hands can rest on your belly, and just let those knees sway from side to side. Let those legs become still, and we're going to begin to transition into Shavasana, which is our last pose. If there's anything that you need to be comfortable, please feel free to grab that. And then once you have what you need, you can just lay down on your back. So traditionally, Shavasana is done with those legs extended out nice and long. The feet can just flop open. Arms are by your sides, palms face the sky, and the arms are a few inches away from the body. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, just let it all go. Let the body just sink into the supportive floor that's beneath you. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let your eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again and becoming aware of the body. You can start to make any subtle movements that feel good to you, like wiggling the fingers and toes. You can rotate through those wrists and ankles and turn the head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. Nice full body stretch. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position. And we'll stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like, you can use your arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. And then once you get there, you can bring your hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, working on strengthening those ankles. You know, our feet and our ankles, they take us through life and they get tired, and we need to give them a little attention and love. So I hope you have a wonderful day. If you have any questions or requests, please feel free to reach out. And I look forward to seeing you soon. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful day.